So, exercise 8.1 and question number 6. Given that a upon n plus b upon t is equal to 4, so we have to plot a graph of 1 upon n against 1 upon t and use it to estimate the values of a and b. So in the question, what we have to do, we have to plot the graph. So before plotting the graph, what we should do, that is to find the reciprocal of t and reciprocal of n. So y, so the working is here. I'm showing you. So basically we are given the equation a upon n plus b upon t is equal to 4. So then a upon n is equal to minus b upon t plus 4. So this will become a, because a is constant, so we keep this or show this as a separate entity, and then minus b into 1 upon t plus 4. So here now we can show that this is basically y and this is as x. So a y is equal to minus b plus 4. So y is equal to minus b upon a x plus 4 upon a. So now we can say that this is in the form y is equal to mx plus c, or y is equal to mx plus c. So what is x? X you can see here in this row, and x is showing basically the values of 1 upon t. So 1 upon t, how did we get this value? This is the reciprocal of t equal to 1. This value is reciprocal of t equal to 2, reciprocal of this, and like this. So in the same way, what is y? Y is basically 1 upon n, and 1 upon n values are here. So 0.75 is the reciprocal of 1.33, 0.99. And keep in mind, I have rounded off these values, okay? Because this may come up to 4 decimal place or 3 decimal place, but we have to graph these values, so we cannot uh, use the exact value. Okay, अच्छा अब आगे क्या है now. So here, this is very clear that y is equal to 1 upon n and x is equal to 1 upon t. And so on the basis of this, this table is shown here. Okay. So now what we need to do, I think now we should plot the graph. Where is the graph? Okay. So now we should see the values because we have to plot y against x. So 1 upon n values or y values will be on vertical axis and 1 upon t values, which are basically capital X values, will be on x-axis. So uh, first we consider the x values, x-axis values, which are from 1 to 1.5, but basically this is from 1 upon 5 to 1. So 1 upon 5 means 0 0.2. So 0 0.2 to 1. Okay. So 0 0.2 to 1. So 0 0.2, 0 0.4, 6, 8, and then this will be 1. So here I'm going to write this is 0, but we can use this as well. So I think this will be better if we consider this as 0, this point as 0, 0 0.2, 0 0.4, 0 0.6, 0 0.8, and this is 1. Here more you can write 1.2. So that's it. So this is basically x, and x is basically what? 1 upon t. Okay, so these are the horizontal values. Now for vertical values, we should go. So for vertical value 0 0.75, 0 0.99. So basically this is 0 0.75. So the least value is 0 0.75 and the highest value is 1.15. So now 0.75, 0.75. So if we consider here this one as 0.75, I think so 0.75. This is more clear. So this is 0.5 and this is 0.75. So this should be 1 and this should be 1.25. 1.25 and this is 1.5. So that is enough. Here we can use here x and these are the values of y, capital Y, which is basically 1 upon n. Okay, so now what are the values? So again, I will draw only two of the points because by using 2 points, I can draw a line, the straight line. So what is the first one? I am taking this one. So this one, and I think this one. Okay, but I think easier one is this one. So okay, so I think first and then second. So 1 upon t is 1, means x, capital X is 1, capital X is 1. Now, what was the other one? Capital X is 1 and 0.75. Okay, 1 and 0.75. So 1 and 0.75. So 1 and 0.75. So the point should be exactly here. Okay, so and the other point should be 1 upon 2 is 0.5 and 0.99. 0.5 and 0.99. So 0.5, so 0.5 and 0.99. 0.99 should be somewhere here. 0.9. So, but this is ambiguous. So I think we should calculate here how for the y-axis. For the y-axis, because x-axis was easier. So I'm just doing the y-axis. Y, you can see that zero point 0.5 unit is, or 1 unit is equal to how many blocks? 5, 10, 15, 20. So 20 blocks, small blocks, block and unit. 20 blocks is equal to 1 unit. So what do we have? We have 0.99. 0. No, sorry, the unit value is 0.99. Let me verify this again. The unit value is 0.99. Yes. So 0.99, this is x. So by calculating 20 multiplied by 0.99, so the answer is 19.8, means 20th block or 90. So block, the required block will be equal to 20th block or 20th block. How? Because I got the value as 19.8. 19.8. So where is the 20th block? The 20th block is this is 5, 10, 15, 20. So this is the 20th. So 19.8 means this should be mm, more than halfway of this small block. But where is, yes. So 5, 10, 15, 20, somewhere here, and that was 0 0.5. 0 0.5 is here. here. So 0.5, if we go like this, so this should be nearly this one, just below the line. Okay, so I think this is enough for this one. By the way, where is the y-intercept? So y-intercept, this line is basically the y-axis line, capital Y-axis. So now we should draw the line. So we just mm, yes, so the line is drawn. I think this is enough, but if I extend it to this will be better. This is okay. Okay. So now the points should be prominent. So I'm showing this by this color. This is the point. This is the point. Okay. So what are the coordinates of the point? Coordinates of the point are 0.5 and what 0.99. 0.99. Okay, and the coordinates of this point are 1, comma 0.75. So the line has been drawn. Here is the y-intercept. Okay, now what to do? Now we should find the gradient and the y-intercept. So for the gradient, I make a separator here. Finding gradient, which is m. So using the formula for the gradient y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So basically that will become 0.99 minus 0.75 upon 0.5 minus 1. So the gradient will be coming like 0.99 minus 0.75, that is 0.24. This will be minus 0.5. So finally 0.24 divided by 0.5, we get 0.48. 0 minus 0.48. So this is the gradient. And now we need to find the y-intercept. So where is the y-intercept? So if we go for y-intercept, then we should have a look of the equation. So what is the equation? Equation is here. Y equal to minus b upon a, which is basically m, and then plus c. So here m is minus 0.8. So we can say that minus b upon a is equal to minus 0.48. But here is the problem. The problem is we have two unknowns in one equation. So we can hold it like this. B upon A is equal to 0.48. Now we come towards the y-intercept. What is y-intercept? 4 upon A. So how can we find the y-intercept? So using the coordinates 0.5 and 0.99 and 1, 0.75 in y is equal to m x plus c. So this is how we can find c. So what is y? So we will use this one. We can use either one of these, but I am using one of the points. So 0.99 and gradient is minus 0.48, which is minus b upon a, or we can say that m is minus 0.48 and x is 0.5 plus c. So now we can find c is equal to 0.99 plus multiplication of 0.48 and 0.5, which will become 1.23. 1.23. This implies that basically the y-intercept, which was 4 upon a, you can see here this one, this one, 4 upon a. So 4 upon a is equal to 1.23. 23. So this is how we can find the value of A. This implies that A is equal to 4 divided by 1.23, which is 3.252. It's coming out as 3.252. So this is the value of A. Now we can put this value into this equation in which we have B upon A is equal to 0.8, B upon 3.252 is equal to 0.48. This is the equation which we have found from this stage. So anyways, therefore, B is equal to 3.252 multiplied by 0.48. So the answer comes out as 1.5609, or we can write here 1.6. I am rounding it off 1.6. So this is how we have found the answer. So this was the final requirement of the question. If you can see in the question, uh, plot the graph, we have plotted the graph. Okay. And estimate your graph and use your graph to find the values of A and B. So basically we use the graph to find the values of A and B, which basically depending upon the values which we plotted on the graph. So that is your final answer. So this is second graph question, and then second means I have done this second graph question. Otherwise, we have more graph question in the exercise, but we will do next another graph question. Now, question number 13, which is the last question of the exercise, but related with the graph plotting. So that is why I continued with the question number 13. And the previous question was question number 6. So after 6, I am on question number 13. Okay. So in this question, we are given the equation y is equal to kb power x, and we have to draw a straight line graph for the given equation, and we have to use the same graph to estimate the values of k and b. Okay. So first of all, because y is equal to y is equal to kb power x. So here we have a variable in power of one of the unknown constants. So what should we do? We should apply log. We can either apply base 10 log, which is Lg, or natural log, which is Ln. So I think I'm applying here Lg. So if you apply Ln, so by applying any one of these, you can find the same result if you are working correctly. So अब मैं apply कर रहा हूँ क्या Lg. So Lg y is equal to Lg kb power x. ओके, तो ये तो Lg रहना है, और this will become Lg k plus Lg. plus LG B power x, ये log की प्रॉपर्टी है, ठीक है। अच्छा, then this will become LGY is equal to LGK प्लस, लॉग की प्रॉपर्टी है कि जो पावर है वो कोफिशिएंट से मल्टीप्लाई हो जाती है, तो वी आर मल्टीप्लाइंग द पावर विद द कोफिशिएंट टू गेट एक्स एल जी बी। अच्छा, अब इसको ये करना, राइट। X LGB. Now, which one is the constant term? The LGK is the constant term, so we write in such a way that the format of this equation should look like y equal to mx plus c. So LGB and this is x plus LGK, right? So now you can see that LGY can be considered as capital Y and x can be considered as capital X. LGB will become small m, means gradient, and LGK can be represented as C, means y-intercept. Okay, so I can write here like this. So y is equal to LGB x plus C. So what does it mean? We can say that y is equal to LGY and x is equal to x and n is equal to LGB and C is equal to LGK. Right. So now we need to plot the values. By the way, where are the values? So I copy here the values of x and y which are given in the question. So I should write here the table. So x is x. So okay. So I have to insert the table. Okay. So now, so here are the values. So here we can write the values. So what are the values? The values of x and y are x and y, small y, as given in the question. So x values are 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the y values are, I should change the color, y values are 30, 75, 190 and 470. Okay, so now we can see that y is basically LGY. and x is simply x. So we can write here this is capital X and capital Y should be here. Okay. So what is capital Y? Capital Y is LGY. Y is LGY. So if we find LG30, so LG30 will become equal to 1.4771. So I am writing here 1.48. 1.48. Okay. So now LG75 means 1.875. So I'm writing here 1.88. This is a rounded off value. 1.88. And LG 190 gives us the value of 2.278. So I'm writing here 2.28. 2.28. And LG 470 gives the value of 2.6720. So I'm writing here 2.67 only. 2.67. Okay. So now we need to plot these values on the piece of graph paper, means on in software that will be a graph. Okay. So the graph paper is here, and already we have the table of values of both capital X and capital Y. Capital Y is basically LGY, and this is on vertical axis 1, 2, 3. This is the division, and then values of capital X or small x are on horizontal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we can see that X has all integer values. So this is quite simple. But for LGY or capital Y values, we have decimal values. So now we should use here for y-axis the ratio method. So blocks means small blocks, block and unit. So 10 blocks is equal to 1 unit. So what do we need? So according to the first one, 1.48, we need 1.48. 1.48 units should be equal to what? So 10 multiplied by 1.48, this will become 14.8. So x is equal to 14.8 for this. And now this is for the first point, like this. This one. Keep in mind, we are taking only the values of capital X and capital Y. Okay, now for this one, 2 and 1.88. 2 and 1.88. So 2 is okay with the horizontal, but for the vertical 1.88. So 1.88. So for this, x will become equal to this x. Don't confuse this x with the horizontal. This is basically the values or number of blocks on y-axis. So x is equal to 18.8. We can say 15th block. here 19th block. Okay, now we should mm, now we should plot these two coordinates. So 1 and 1.48 means where should I go? How much? 15th block. So 5, 10, 15. This is 15 block and but this is 0.8. So more than half of this should be like this. Okay, and then for 2 that should be 19th block. So this is 5, 10, 15. This is 20th. So 19th somewhere here. Okay. So now we should be ready to plot the line. This color is okay. Okay. So now we are going to join these 2 points. So what's the problem? Join क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? चलो थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस. ओके, अब जो है so there are the 2 points. एक ये पॉइंट है और एक ये पॉइंट है. ओके, so the coordinates of the points are ये था, ये वाला था 1, 1.48, 1.48 और ये वाला पॉइंट है 2, 1.88. Okay, so now we should find the gradient. The gradient formula is m is equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So 1.88 minus 1.48, then 2 minus 1. So this is straight away 8 minus 8, 0, 8 minus 4, 4, 0.4. 0.4. What does it mean? From the equation, the gradient is LGB. So LGB is basically 0.4. So here we can find the value of B by using the anti-log. B is equal to, this will become 10 power 0.4. B is equal to 10 power 0.4. कैलकुलेटर कहाँ चला गया? Ten 0.4, 2.51. So 2.51 ही आ रहा है. So B is equal to 2.51. The book का आंसर है, I think that is 2.5 एग्जैक्ट. तो अब क्योंकि मैंने राउंड ऑफ किया हुआ है इसे कुछ ज़्यादा ही, तो थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस आना है। ओके, तो बी आ गया 2.51। नाउ व्हाट शुड वी नीड टू फाइंड? बी आ गया है एंड k, the y-intercept. So y-intercept we can find to find k using this equation lgk. Uh, we can write the value of lgy. So we can use any one of the point. So I'm using 1 and 1 comma 1.48 and and the gradient, which is lgb, equal to 0.4. So these two values we will put here in this equation. So value of y will be 1.48 and lgb will be 0.4 and x will be 1. So now I'm going to put in this equation, in this equation. So what is y? 1.48 is equal to lgb means 0.4 and the value of x is 1 plus c. What is plus c? Plus c is basically lgk. So lgk 1.48 minus 0.4. 1.48 minus 0.4. So the value comes out as 1.08. So lgk is equal to 1.08. So k is equal to antilog means 10 power 1.08. 10 power 1.08, which is coming out 12.022. So nearly equal to 12.02, and we can estimate like k is equal to 12. So the value of k is coming out as 12, and the value of b is 12.51. अच्छा, अब एक चीज और है कि क्या ये हमारा जो आंसर है ये क्या हमेशा ऐसे ही निकलेगा? क्वेश्चन में तो ये कहा हुआ है कि यूज योर ग्राफ टू एस्टिमेट द वैल्यू। तो यस, फॉर ग्रेडियंट हम जरूरी नहीं कि यही दो पॉइंट्स लें, हम कोई और भी दो पॉइंट्स ले सकते हैं, जस्ट लाइक यू हैव डन इन मैथ्स ग्राफ्स, जिसमें के ग्राफिकल मेथड से हम जो सॉल्व करते हैं स्ट्रेट लाइन ग्राफ्स को। तो हम कोई भी ट्राइंगल यहाँ से ले सकते हैं, तो अभी यही ग्रेडियंट आ रहा है। नंबर टू, व्हाट इज द वाई इंटरसेप्ट? इफ यू सी द वाई इंटरसेप्ट हियर, ये वाई इंटरसेप्ट क्या बता रहा है? ये वैल्यू बता रहा है तकरीबन 1.1, 1 तो यहाँ तक हो गया। तो ये एक स्मॉल ब्लॉक जो है वो कितने का हो जाएगा? 0.1 का, तो ये हो रहा है 1.1। तो वाई इंटरसेप्ट को अगर हम देखें एल जी के की वैल्यू कितनी है? 1.08, विच इज नियरली इक्वल टू 1.1। ठीक है, तो हम इधर से भी इसको एस्टिमेट कर सकते हैं। So finally, we have found the main requirement or the final requirement, which was the values of k and b, and that is the final answer. And this was the last question of this exercise 8.1. The graph question was 8.1. Now we will do the question which will not be involving so much graph working. So now we do question number 7. So this is question number 7, and in question number 7, we are given some equations. We have a total of 8 parts. So I'm doing here 4 of the parts. So B, D, F, H. I will do B, D, F, H. So now starting with part B, what we have to do in all these equations, we have to express each of the following equation in a form for drawing straight line graph, stating the variables are to be plotted. यानी कि इनको अगर इस इन इक्वेशंस को जो कि नॉन लीनियर इक्वेशन है इनको अगर एक लीनियर ग्राफ में लाना है तो इनको इनमें से कौन से वेरिएबल्स को सेलेक्ट करना है और कौन से वेरिएबल के अगेंस्ट कौन सा वाला वेरिएबल प्लॉट होगा। तो इसमें सबसे पहले हम ये काम करेंगे कि हमें कोई ऐसी वैल्यू मिल जाए जिस जो कि कांस्टेंट हो। तो कांस्टेंट वैल्यू कब मिल सकती है कि अगर हम द होल इक्वेशन वी डिवाइड बाय अंडर रूट एक्स, तो अंडर रूट एक्स से डिवाइड कर देंगे तो एटलीस्ट ये वाली जो वैल्यू है विच इज पी अंडर रूट एक्स, दिस विल बिकम इंडिपेंडेंट ऑफ एनी वेरिएबल। तो हम अब ये काम करते हैं, y डिवाइडेड बाय अंडर रूट एक्स, p अंडर रूट एक्स, इसको भी डिवाइड किया अंडर रूट एक्स से, एंड क्यू एक्स डिवाइडेड बाय अंडर रूट एक्स। तो ये करने से क्या हुआ कि दिस विल बिकम y अपॉन अंडर रूट एक्स एंड दिस विल बिकम p एंड दिस विल बिकम, ये x है, x ये x पावर 1 है और ये x पावर हाफ है, तो ये बेसिकली होगी q रूट x। सो वी कैन राइट इन दिस फॉर्म, we rearrange the equation in this way, प्लस p। तो अब इससे क्या पता चल रहा है कि ये बेसिकली ये जो हमारा पार्ट है ये कहलाएगा y, और ये बन जाएगा q बन जाएगा m, और अंडर रूट एक्स बन जाएगा, अंडर रूट एक्स बन जाएगा कैपिटल एक्स, और ये हमारा बन जाएगा c। ओके, तो वी कैन क्लियरली मेंशन कि graph should be plotted y upon under root x against अंडर रूट एक्स, और इसमें हमारा जो ग्रेडियंट है दैट इज q, एंड y इंटरसेप्ट यानी कि जो c है, y इंटरसेप्ट दैट इज p, and this is the answer. So now we do part D. Part D is part D is y into y minus a is equal to x minus b. So इसमें already we can identify that we have a value which is negative b or b, which can be considered as y intercept। तो इसमें कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है, तो इसमें सिंपली y जो है, यानी अब इसमें हम ये कह सकते हैं कि इसका जो कैपिटल y है वो क्या है, y इंटू वाई माइनस ए, और कैपिटल x क्या हो गया, वो हो गया x, एंड c क्या हो जाएगा, दैट इज नेगेटिव b। ठीक है, तो हम यूं कह सकते हैं कि y इंटू वाई माइनस ए against should be plotted against x, और gradient is 1, and y-intercept is minus b. That's it. Yes, का आंसर हो गया. Okay. So ये बिल्कुल सिंपल सा है. Now we should go for part F. Part F is ay is equal to x power b. Ay is equal to x power b. इसमें हम पहला काम क्या करेंगे, because we have a power over here, so what should we do? We should apply either LG और LN, कोई भी हम अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. तो ये मैंने अप्लाई कर दिया. LG AY is equal to LG x power b. और अब ये बन जाएगा LGA plus LGY is equal to B LGX. तो यहाँ से क्लियरली हमें पता चला LGA जो है वो क्या है, वो एक कांस्टेंट वैल्यू है. तो LGY को यही रहने देंगे एंड देन B LGX माइनस LGA. तो ये हमारा सिंपल क्या किसके अगेंस्ट क्या होगा, LGY के अगेंस्ट we can plot LGY against LGX, or our gradient will be B and y-intercept will be minus LGA, and this is the answer. Okay, so now we move on to the new part or the last part. तो ये हो गया. Now the last part is part H. Part H is e power x, e power y is equal to px square, e power y is equal to px square minus qx. Okay, so here we can observe that there is no constant. So if we divide every value on both of the sides of the equation by x, so we can get rid of x in from this value. Okay, so now we divide एक नहीं जा रहा, चला गया. Okay, we divide the whole equation. The whole equation by x. So px square upon x minus qx upon x. So this will become e power y upon x is equal to px minus q. Okay, so now what should be plotted against which value? So we can say that e power e power will yes, so we should write like this: e power y upon x against should be plotted against x, and the gradient is p, and y-intercept is equal to minus q, and this is the answer for question number 7. So in question number 9, we have to calculate the values of h and k, as the given equation is y is equal to h upon under root x plus k under root x. And the diagram is also given. We can see that the horizontal axis is represented by x and vertical axis is represented by y under root x. So this is clearly mentioned that capital X is x, small x, and capital Y is y under root x. Okay, so from the equation, from this given equation, this one, so if we multiply the whole equation by under root x like this, so we find the constant term as h. So we have found the constant. So now we can rearrange the equation in this way. So we can say that this is capital Y and this is M and this is capital X and this is H. So we can write like Y is equal to KX plus H, as we are comparing this with Y equal to capital Y equal to MX plus C. Okay, so now we should find the gradient. So gradient is K. So K is equal to, we can write here M as well, y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So this will be 6 upon minus 3, so minus 2. Okay, now uh, to find the value of h, we can use the form y minus y1 is equal to, now for h, using y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1 form of the equation. So what is y here? Capital Y minus y1. We can use any one of the points. So I am using here 1 comma 8. So 8 is the value of y1 is equal to m, which is k, which is finally minus 2, and x minus x1. So y is equal to minus 2x plus 2 plus 8. So y is equal to minus 2x plus 10. So if we compare with this equation, which is y is equal to kx plus h. So this is this becomes quite clear that k is equal to -2, which we already have found, and h is equal to 10, and that's the answer. Question number 10. When LGY is plotted against LGX, a straight line is obtained uh, through 0, comma 0.2 and 1.2, comma 3.4. So just for having a clear picture, we have to plot it. We are given is that y is equal to ax power b. We have to find the values of a and b. Okay, so here, so this is y-axis, and then again x-axis. Okay, so then this is 0, and LGY is plotted against LGX. So LGY should be here, LGX should be here. The points are 0, comma 0.2, so this should be the point 0, comma 0.2. 0, comma 0.2, and then 1.2. So 1.2 can be somewhere here, so 0.2, so somewhere here, like this. Okay, so then we should draw a straight line. Okay. Mm, so I think it's okay. Mm, or we make another one. Yes. So this is better. Okay. So now this point is and should be 1.2, comma 3.4. Okay. So now the equation of line through this should be using capital Y is equal to Y minus Y1 minus Y1 is here. If Y1 is 0.2, I'm using one of the, you can use any one of the points. So I'm using this one, 0.2 equal to m, but where is m? So we can find m here. M is equal to 3.4 minus 0.2 and 1.2 minus 0. So this will become 3.2 upon 1.2. So 3.2 divided by 1.2 will be equal to 8 upon 3. Equal to 8 upon 3. So here we will use 8 upon 3 x minus x1. So x1 is 0. So basically we have y 3y, because I multiplied with this, so 0.6 is equal to 8x. So 3y is equal to, sorry, 8x equal to 8x plus 0.6. But one thing is, this should be the, we should keep it in the form y equal to mx plus c. So I think yes, so we should remove this one just to keep this in the form y equal to mx plus c. Okay, so this will become equal to y is equal to 8 upon 3x plus 0.2. Okay, so now the given equation was y equal to ax power b. So we can name this as equation 1. So here, so because y is equal to ax power b, so taking log on both sides, so log y is equal to lg ax power b. Lgy is equal to lga plus x power, oh sorry, lg, yes, lg x power b. So lgy, we will multiply this power with its coefficient using log property. So this will become b lgx plus lga. Okay, so this situation or this condition is implying that lga is equal to 0.2. So a will be equal to 10 power 0.2. So A will be coming out as 10 power 0.2 क्या होता है 10 power 0.2 is equal to 1.58, coming out as 1.58. This is the final answer of it. Now, what do we need to find? We have to find the value of B. So now we can use the value of B. What is LGY? We have this one. We have so basically value of B is showing here the gradient. Okay, so gradient is basically equal to m, and m is equal to 8 upon 3. So what is 8 upon 3? 2 point something. 8 divided by 3 is equal to 2.666. So we can write here as 2.67. And this is the final answer. So with the ending of this question, the exercise overview has been finished, and I have covered all of the varieties of the question. Okay, so that's it.